Hey everybody, it's Cindy here, and I'm coming to you from the Lavender House in Lawrence, Kansas, which is one of my very favorite places in Lawrence. It's a lovely old historic home that's been turned into a retreat-like center and has a lot of lovely, interesting, colorful, artistic pieces in the rooms, just like see this lamp behind me that looks like I think, a multicolored jellyfish. It's one of my favorite spots here in the living room of the Lavender House. Anyway, I'm about to do a workshop on communication and boundaries. And so I thought I would just quickly say hello to you this evening and share with you about the communication sandwich. Have you ever heard about this? When you have something difficult to share with someone, if you try the communication sandwich, it might feel better to you if you have to bring up something difficult. So the sandwich is you start with something positive, something you're grateful for, appreciate about someone, and then you put your concern or issue or whatever it is that you don't really want to bring up, but you feel like you better to move your relationship forward, or at least to give it the chance to move forward. And then you end on another tone of gratitude or appreciation or strength that you see in the other person. Okay, so that's a sandwich, a communication sandwich. And everybody likes sandwiches, right? So, anyway, so try it sometimes. So, an example might be I really appreciate how thoughtful you are in our friendship. You send cards, you show appreciation for the talks that we have. I'm just concerned that sometimes when we're together, you don't share like what you like to do. And so I feel in a bind when we're trying to make plans because I feel like you never really express what you want to do in our time together. And I so want to be a nice hostess to you when you're visiting and set up activities and things for us to do that I know you'll enjoy. So, but wow, above all, I really appreciate that you travel to see me and that you make our friendship a priority. And so I just wanted to tell you that too. So those are my thoughts. What do you think? Okay, so did you hear the sandwich? It wasn't the greatest example I came up with on the fly, but hopefully it gave you enough to go on for yourself. So if you have something that you need to talk to somebody about, that you're nervous to communicate with them about, then wrap it around two compliments or two appreciations, two positive things or positive experience you've had with them. And then it doesn't sound so like a confrontation, right? Because it isn't. It doesn't have to be confrontational at all. We have a lot of thoughts in our head about communication that if we have something to say that feels a little uncomfortable, that it means it's going to be a negative experience, or it's not going to go well, or we're going to hurt their feelings, or we're going to feel terrible. And that's all a story that we're telling ourselves. And we don't have to have it that way at all. There's a couple other things, little guidelines that might be helpful to you as you think about approaching a difficult conversation. And one is that if you approach the conversation as, okay, I've got to prove I'm right and prove they're wrong, you're probably headed for an uncomfortable conversation. So if you can look instead and go, I want to give my perspective and I want to hear their perspective, then has a whole different tone to it. And as long as you can both safely bring up your perspectives and see if there's any middle ground between the two, then it'll be a much more healthy conversation. And you can set the tone for any conversation, whether you're starting and initiating the conversation or someone else is initiating one with you. You can decide that no matter what, that you're going to remain peaceful and calm. What tends to happen with us humans is we feed off each other and accelerate, right? One gets a little louder, one gets a little less patient, one says something mean, then we just accelerate. So what I want you to challenge yourself to do next time, if someone's accelerating talking to you, that you use that as inspiration to stay calmer and just get calmer the more accelerated they are. So that's some feedback I have for you tonight. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you again soon.